Okay, so today I'm going to show you guys how to use the Chrome extension screencastify to make a video of your gingerbread animation. So I am in Google Classroom, and in Google Classroom last week we did step 2 and we watched Mrs. Garber's video. You're going to make your own. To open up your gingerbread animation, you can find this assignment that's called gingerbread animation and open it just like we did last week. This is Jax's. If you cannot find it in your drive, if you cannot find it in Classroom, if you open up your drive, you'll have a folder that says Classroom, and all your work for Google Classroom will be in there. And that folder will stay there until you get rid of it. So that'll still be there when you're in 6th grade, unless you don't want it, then you can delete it. So the one thing I want you to make sure on your slides, we are going to be turning these into videos and they're going to be stored on your drive. But just to be safe, let's just put our last initial on our videos because we don't want to have our first and last name. And Mrs. Garber's going to share some on Twitter. So if we look at Jax's here, we see his title slide and his summary, and then his gingerbread man is here on the Patriots field and he's moving around from page to page. So we're going to make a movie of him playing this. To make a movie, we go up here to the present view. So this says view, and there is present, and that will put the only thing on the computer being your slides. So if you click quickly, the gingerbread man will be moving around. Jax, I don't even see him on there. Is he so tiny he's hiding? Or did you forget to put him on there?
Oh, I forgot to put him on.
Okay. So Jax is going to take his and he's going to put it on there so his animation looks a little bit better. If you are having that same problem as Jax, one thing you might want to do, if you click on your gingerbread man, you can do Control-C, which lets you copy. And then you can go on the next slide and do Control-V to paste him on every slide. Or you can click on your first slide and do the Control-D to duplicate so you have slides with your gingerbread man on it. To take your video right up here that looks like an old piece of film strip is screencastify. When you open it for the first time, it's going to ask for some permissions, so I want to show you what that looks like. Once you give it the permissions, it won't ask you all the questions. So when you're opening up, it says, congratulations, you have installed it. You have to hit this button here that's to set up your camera. When you're setting up your camera, it's going to ask for permissions to use different things on your computer. The first thing it wants to know if it can use your camera and microphone. Eventually, when Mrs. Garber makes some of her videos, I have myself talking to explain it. You can choose to hear yourself talking or just be silent. So we're going to say allow, and that doesn't mean you have to talk today. So it's saying, where do you want to store them? You want to store them on your Google Drive. You will now have a folder that says Screencastify, and all your movies you make with this app will be there. You can't store anything on your computer as a Chromebook, so you wouldn't be able to do that anyways. So Google Drive, and then say next. We have to sign into our Google Drive. And just choose yourself. You might have to put in your password. That's your FH password. And here it's just saying that Screencastify is going to do these two things here with your Google account. And you can allow it to have those permissions. So here it says set up tab recording. On this one, we're going to skip this step. We don't need to do it now. And then here we're going to tell it we are a student. Under 13, and we can say okay, and now we're done. This is a video on how to use Screencastify, so you can watch this one or you can pause it. You don't need to watch this one today to be able to use Screencastify. So I'm just going to go ahead and close this whole tab. When you want to take a Screencastify movie, now that you've set it all up, all you're going to have to do is click on this extension right here. So we're going to make a movie of the gingerbread man animation. I'm going to start it at slide 1 and we're going to pretend like Jax's slides are animated. So you would do this as your last step. So we've got it on slide 1 here. We're going to go up to screencastify to start it. It's going to be a lot faster now. We're going to say okay. And we're going to choose what we want to record. So we're going to record tab or desktop. This is the tab right here, and desktop will be everything we do on the computer. I always choose desktop. That way if I accidentally open up a new tab, I know I'm filming that tab too. Cam is how you could do like a record yourself. It would open up your webcam and you could talk and do a recording of yourself, maybe doing a book report or something. I'm going to turn off the microphone because I don't want mine to have any sound. I don't want it to hear the other students walking around the library, so I'm going to uncheck the microphone and I'm going to uncheck system audio. That would be like if I have music playing in my slides and I don't. So I have no sound. It's going to be a silent movie and I'm ready to start recording the desktop. So I hit this button right here, and then you might notice here, do I want to do the internal display or just Chrome? I always do this. This is everything I do on my Chromebook, and I'm going to see it so I'll know if it's recording. I'm going to hit share.
3, 2,
Counts down. Now it's 1. Now it's recording. So I'm going to go up here, and I'm going to go to the present mode. I'm going to act like I'm reading this so my audience can read it. Give them time to read all the words before I click to the next slide. Your summary is going to be longer than your title page. So I usually try to read it super slow in my head. And then I know that everybody has time to read it. Now when we start our movie, you're going to want to click through it fast so your gingerbread is animated and he goes around. So pretend that Jax has his gingerbread moving on all those slides. When you know you're done, you can hit the escape key that gets you out of that view. To stop recording, go up here to the Screencastify app and hit end. Once you end it, it's automatically going to start saving it in your drive. And then once it saves, it'll also start playing it too. You can click up here where it has the date and you could name it. So I'm going to call this Gingerbread Movie. You could call it Gingerbread Animation. Hit close. It's still, here's the information. It looks like it's uploading to our drive. Here it says Gingerbread Movie. You can even close this window. If you're wondering where is it in our drive, we can go back to our drive here. Now you can see Jax has a new folder. It's called Screencastify. And his recordings are going to be in there. It might not let you watch it right away. Sometimes it gets, like the main parts of it get up there, like the name, but all the little pieces don't travel up to the cloud yet. So it takes you a few minutes to let it all go together and upload before it'll let you replay it. So that's how to use Screencastify.